Hi guys, it's Mel from Vincent and welcome to my massive book haul. I attempted to hold all of these up for you guys, but I was literally being crushed, so I stopped. But look at my beautiful babies. So I wasn't exactly sure how to film this because I have too many books to even fit in frame. So we're just gonna start with one pile and move our way down. Welcome to a massive book haul. There is over 25 books here. And yeah, let's just get started. You remember how I said I was gonna go book shopping for my birthday? So we did. 27 books for 27 lovely years of life. Let us get started. This is a combination of birthday book mail, birthday book buying spree, book boxes, and just books I needed to read because it was like the next book in a series or something. I'm so excited. Okay, so let us just begin. Let's start with the ones I ordered online. Book number 1, Life as We Know It. So I actually read this series when I was younger. I really enjoyed it. To this day, I still remember it. And so when I saw it online, I was like, I need to get these books. I still remember it today. I would love to do a reread of like my nostalgic reads from when I was younger. And this series definitely was it. I actually ended up buying more of the series, but this box was like broken into when I got it. So a lot of my books are missing. So I might not have 27 books at the end of this spree, but we shall see. So this is another book I got when I bought this one. So Life as We Know It is this apocalyptic world in which the moon has gotten too close to the earth, so a lot of weird things are happening in our atmosphere. It is a full-on survival mode. Think Walking Dead minus the zombies, just surviving and like what people will do to survive and how to survive in the apocalypse. So very dystopian, very YA. But I'm excited for it. I'm really excited to see if, because I don't remember if I finished the series. I think I did. I think I read it and it was a trilogy, but now it's a saga, so there might be another book that's in the series I get to read, but I'm really excited for these. I like survival books, so I know I'm gonna like them, but they were definitely like early YA writing, so we'll see if I can tolerate it as much as I used to. But these were the first 2 books in my haul. I'm very curious how past Mo enjoyed reading versus current Mo enjoys reading, so we shall see. The next book, I don't think anyone's surprised about this one. How the King of Elfhame Learned to Hate Stories. So I did it. I read The Crow Prince, and Crow Prince was one of my first books I ever hauled on this channel. And wow, knocked my socks off. I had to go out and get the accompanying novella. This is from Cardian's point of view, and this is just short novellas about him. There's one about Jude. I did read this on ebook, so I didn't get the illustrations, but it has lots of beautiful illustrations in it. And just a cutesy bootsy accompanying novel to the original trilogy. Since I really like the original trilogy, I got this one, especially since one of my main gripes with the Crow Prince trilogy was that there wasn't enough cardium, and this gives us more cardium, so I really liked that. So I had to get it to finish off my series. Plus it has such lovely illustrations. Like I love the illustrations in this. It's gonna be perfect for when I do a reread, because y'all know I've already started rereading it. I've already reread the books twice. Yeah. The next book on this haul, Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. Okay, so I have a past Laini Taylor's writing. I read Daughter of Smoke and Bone in college, and it was one of the reasons I went on my 10-year book slump. That book was so dreadful to me. So I'm only going to read this because Katie is reading, has such an amazing reading vlog about this duology. There's only 2 books. The other book is Muse the Dreamer, which I also went to Barnes & Noble to get, and they did not have, by the way. And they only had Strange the Dreamer, so I got it. I'm really hoping it's good. I'm hoping to maybe vlog my reading experience because I really want to like it. It's a lot of people's favorite books, and I bought it so I can annotate it because since it's so many people's favorite books, I'm hoping it'll be my favorite book and I can have an annotation spree, because what I really want to do is annotate, draw, and write in the margins, and just I want to have a good time with my characters, okay? I'm going to this blind because I know that Laini Taylor is like not my favorite writer at all. That I really did not like Daughter of Smoke and Bone. I really did not. I'm willing to give it a second chance. I am willing, but no, I think I hated that book. I really do think I hated that book. But Strange the Dreamer is number 4 on this book buying spree. And the next one, also inspired by Katie's reading, because she also did a reading vlog on this book and she had such a great experience, even though I don't have the best experience with Victoria Schwab. But this Savage Song, a lot of y'all love this book. And this is the last book I'm giving a chance from V.E. Schwab. After I finish reading A Gathering of Shadows, this is the last book I will give a chance to redeem to see if I can love this woman's story plots. Because her writing is good, her plots just, I don't find them interesting or intriguing whatsoever, but her world building is phenomenal, but the way they tie into the plots just don't grip my heart. I'm tired of DNFing her books, or going into reading slumps after her books. So be the one that changes things, please. I think this is y'all's favorite books. So Jade City, tell me how I've had this book on Kindle for like a year. I was supposed to read this book last year. Bought it on Kindle, never read it, figured I'd read it in paperback more likely because it's physical. I have not been in an ebook mood in a while. I am thinking of just dropping my Kindle Unlimited subscription because I have not been using it. And it's really disappointingly sad. But I think I might start using it because one of the books I read has a sequel and I think it's on Kindle Unlimited, so we shall see. But Jade City. By the way, I'm going into this one blind. This one I'm not going into blind. I actually read the first few pages once upon a time and this is supposed to be amazing. A lot of people love these books. I'm hoping the hype is for me, but I'm pretty sure that this city is powered by magical jades and they're like rival families, and you know what, I don't know how to explain it. We're going into this one a bit blind too, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Family is duty, magic is power, honor is everything. I'm excited to potentially love Jade City. I might vlog it, I don't know. I'm thinking about vlogging all these popular books to see if I like them, just to be able to go through the experience with y'all, but I have high hopes for a lot of these books and I hope they don't let me down. I really hope not. Please don't let me down. The next book is actually a duology, which I actually read. As soon as I bought this book, I read it. So Six Crimson Cranes was one of my favorite books I read this year. It was just a new, intriguing story. It's not fantasy romance, it's totally a fantasy side piece romance, but I really liked how new and genuine it felt. It had found family vibes. It had a lot of retellings in it. So this is about Shiori. She is the only princess of Katia and she has a secret. Forbidden magic runs through her veins. On the morning of her betrothal ceremony, she loses control of it and forestalls the wedding she never wanted, but she accidentally catches the attention of Reikama, her stepmother. A sorceress in her own right, Reikama banishes the young princess, turning her brothers into cranes and warning Shiori that she must speak of it to no one. With every word that escapes her lips, one of her brothers will die. Penniless, voiceless and alone, Shiori searches for her brothers and uncovers a dark conspiracy to seize the throne. Only Shiori can set the kingdom to rights, but to do so she must place her trust in a paper bird, a mercurial dragon, and the very boy she fought so hard not to marry. And she must embrace the magic she's been taught all her life to contain, no matter what it costs her. Loved this book. Gave it, I think it's a 5-star in like the intrigue and the interest, but I wish I had more fantasy romance in it, and I wish we went deeper with everything. It was just so good, I just wanted more. So when the sequel came out, I had to buy it. It's The Dragon's Promise by Elizabeth Lim. These books are beautiful, they're just very well written, and I'm highly inspired to read, I think, Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. I think that's a retelling of Milan. Don't quote me on that one. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's a Milan retelling with a seamstress. Not entirely sure. It's just highly intriguing and it definitely screams make me into a movie. She could totally be a Disney princess within her own right, and I would love her story played out on screen, particularly Pixar. I like how they do their animation setup, so I think this would be lovely. I really love these books, and I really hope to one day have my child potentially read this book. I don't have kids, but one day my future child, I would love for them to read this book. I feel like you'd give them lots of intrigue. So that's 8. The next book, The Ones We're Meant to Find. I love the cover of this book. I've been having this cover in my mind for so many years now, probably ever since it came out. The cover of this book is very much decadent. It is gorgeous. This is truly a read because of the cover, and I'm really hoping it's a really good book. It does says it's a New York Times bestseller, but these days that really doesn't matter, honestly. I think like almost all these books are New York Times bestsellers or something bestseller, so yeah. Bestseller doesn't always mean it's a good book. I think this is a survivalist story, and it's a journey of one sister looking for the other sister. And I kind of want to go into it blind since it is truly just a beautiful cover read. I don't want to figure out what's going to happen in it, but I think this cover is decadent. I'm so happy I finally have this book. I've been wanting it for so long, and I look forward to reading it. I think just because of how beautiful the cover is, I feel like it's going to be somewhat sorrowful. I kind of want to read it on one of these overcast fall days, but we shall see. The next book is War Girls. Okay, so a TikToker recommended this book. I don't fully remember what her name is right now, but she really loved this book, and the way she described it made me feel like I would love this book. It's supposed to be like this sci-fi sister war cyborg type thing in a post-apocalyptic Nigeria plagued by violence and political unrest. 2 sisters dream of peace, hope, and a future together. They are willing to fight an entire war to get there. I'm here for it. I feel like this is going to be epic. I love like a survival sci-fi sister story. Plus, we have some brown girls. I'm here for this. I have high hopes. She definitely hyped it up for me in my heart, so I really hope this is good. Ooh, I like the synopsis. Year 2172. Climate change and nuclear disaster have rendered much of Earth unlivable. The lucky ones have escaped to newly formed space colonies, but those remaining are left to deal with the aftermath. A civil war breaks between Nigerians and Biafrans over mineral-rich land is wreaking havoc on the country. Battles are fought using flying deadly robots, and soldiers are outfitted with bionic limbs and artificial organs meant to protect them from the harsh radioactive environment. Survival has become the only way to life. I have high hopes for this. I'm hoping we get badass cyborg women, and I think the cover is giving that. So I'm here for it. I have high hopes for you. Oh, I don't even remember buying this, honestly. But I did buy Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. I am really looking forward to her writing. I think she's just has creative intrigue writing with intrigue plots. Like, I can never expect what's going to happen. It doesn't follow typical tropes. It's just new and different, and I just like it. I hope this has more fantasy romance though, because I don't want to do side piece romance. I want a delicious deckable romance, but you know what? I know it's not for everyone. I know some of y'all do not want romances, but I do. I really, really do. To save her country, a young tailor must sew 3 gowns from the laughter of the sun, the tears of the moon, and the blood of the stars. Ugh, I like this. I feel like this person on the praise summarized how I feel about Elizabeth Lim's writing. What an amazing creation. Every time I thought I knew where it was going, I was wrong. This is a white-knuckled read. Accurate. I felt the same way about 6 Crimson Cranes and The Dragon's Promise. High expectations. Book 12. Ace of Spades. Either you love it or you hate it, but I'm here for it. I really want to know what the story is about. Heard mixed reviews. I'm excited for it though. This is a debut novel. I don't know exactly what it's about, but since the praise on this is so back and forth, I'm kind of going to slightly blind, but I will read you the snippet of the synopsis because I really like it. All you need to know is I'm here to divide and conquer, like all great tyrants do. I really like it, and plus this is a really nice cover. I really enjoy it. Next book, 9th house, number 10 on this list, and this book has such a special place in my heart because one of y'all bought it for me. Shout out to Christy's Purple Library. Thank you for buying me my first ever book mail book. Thank you. I am so excited to read this. I plan on doing an entire reading vlog of reading this because I was so touched when I got this. Cue to unexpected unboxing. You guys, I was on my way to the gym today and I came home and I had a package. I honestly thought it was my vitamins. It's not my vitamins. One of you beautiful people sent me a book. I'm so happy. I did not expect this. Like, I honestly thought it was my vitamins in the box. I was like, that's why I ripped it open so quickly. I thought my vitamins had finally came in the mail. I've been waiting for my vitamins for a long time. I honestly think they're lost at this point, but I'm so happy. Okay, this is from Chrissy's Purple Library. I'll put their channel up here. Be sure to check them out. I'm a little sniffly because, I don't know, allergies. I have no idea, honestly. I feel so, like, I can't put into words how happy I am. I literally have Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo, and it's the hardback edition. New book smell. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I just want to start reading it now. So Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo is her first adult novel, and I believe it is dark academia. It is on my fall TBR. I'm excited to read it because it's giving fall, dark academia, magical vibes, and we're here for it. I hear mixed reviews about it. A lot of people either love it or hate it, so I'm not going too deep into the synopsis on this one, but I'm excited. It is a fantasy novel, and I think it has romance in it. So it's a tale about power, privilege, dark magic, and murder set among the Ivy League elite. I'm excited. My fall TBR is going to be so exquisite. And then we have number 11, Wicketed Fox. So I've seen mixed reviews about this one as well, but I'm really excited for it. I know it's a fantasy romance. I don't know if it's a retelling though. Oh, it's inspired by both K-dramas and Korean folklore, so it's probably a retelling. And a romantic urban fantasy, and it's set on the streets of Seoul. So I'm excited for it. I'm gonna go into it a bit blind, but a lot of my favorite TikTokers love this book, and that's what inspired me to buy it actually. It's giving YA vibes, so I feel like it's gonna be very much that type of style of writing, but we shall see. I love K-dramas. I actually want to binge a few K-dramas for the fall season, so we shall see. If you guys have a favorite fall K-drama, please leave it below. Please, I am desperate. So I feel like I've binged a lot of K-dramas and I've ran out of dramas that I feel like watching. So I've read a lot, I've watched most of the classics, but anything you think I would like to read, well, technically I'm reading it because I'm definitely reading those subtitles, but anything you think I would love to watch this fall, let me know. It doesn't matter if it's on Viki or Netflix. I have Netflix and I have Viki, so please leave your recommendations down below. I'm desperate. That, and do you have an anime for fall? A fall anime. Yes, I'm trying to get into anime. Yes, I still have not watched Attack on Titans. If you recommend it to me, maybe you'll push me to watch it more, but no, I haven't watched it yet. My husband has. He tries not to spoil things for me. I'm getting there, okay? I know K-drama way more than I know anime. I'm getting into anime. I've been in K-drama for a long time now. Love it. I feel like I've ran out of good K-dramas though, so please leave one down below. Anyway, maybe that'll give me a K-drama fix. I love how I always end up having these leaning piles of books in my videos. Next book we got was The Firekeepers Daughter. I have been wanting to read this book for over a year now. It was on my 22 books to read in 2022 that I think I'm only halfway done with, honestly, but we're gonna get there. Even though the year is practically over, like it's only 3 months until New Year. That's kind of scary, honestly. I still need to read this book, and I figured the fastest way I'm going to read it is if I buy it in physical copy, because these library games are not here for me. That's why you guys have been seeing so many book hauls. I cannot deal with the library games anymore. I just can't. There's so many reasons, and maybe one day I'll get into it in another video, but like, I just cannot deal with these reasons. I can't do the library games. They're just not for me. Next we have The Song of Wrath and Ruin. Oh my goodness. This is by Rosianna A. Brown, and I have high hope for this. I have high expectations. I've heard amazing things about this one. It is a debut novel, and and I'm gonna go into it blind, but it's giving epicness. Like the cover alone is just gorgeous. I just really like the intricate details of it. It just looks powerful and cool, so I'm gonna read it. And it's a fantasy romance. Say no more. Say no more. Next we have Want by Cindy Pon. This was honestly a curiosity read. I really liked the cover for this book, so I was like, I'm gonna get it. I want to read it. I haven't read anything by Cindy Pon, but I feel like I have. And Veronica Roth did the praise for this book, so I feel like it's gonna be some type of dystopian YA themed book. I'm still here for it though. Curious about it, not entirely sure what it's about, but here for it. Next we have Bridget Kember from Defy the Night. This is a fantasy romance. I've heard really good things, I've heard really bad things, so we're going to it blind. It is a New York best-selling author. A lot of people love this book. I really don't know what to think about it. The praise is from a bunch of my authors I like, and also a bunch of authors I don't like, and then some authors I don't know. So I have very mixed opinions about it, like Adrienne Young, love. Mary E. Pearson. The one book I read for her gave Day in the Life of a Fairy Tale Girl, and I just wasn't here for it. Elizabeth Lim, love. I don't know the next one. Stephanie Garber. I feel like she has such good writing, but her plots aren't for me. And maybe YA Mo would have enjoyed them more than adult Mo, but yeah. Cassandra Clare, adore. Adore. Infernal Devices has changed me fundamentally. I think The Last Hours will too. November's here. Y'all know. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I'm doing a reading vlog of the entire trilogy as soon as my book comes in. I have pre-ordered it. And I need to go check out the Waterstones or whatever other special fancy editions that are coming out because I want them all. I want them all. Every single one. So since it has praise from pretty much a majority of my favorite authors, and then a lot of my favorite authors that I just feel like meh about, and authors I just also don't know, I don't know how to feel about this book honestly. But I do know I want to read it, and it has a lot of intrigue for me. The next is Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. So this is a mythology retelling. I believe it's a Greek mythology retelling, and I'm trying to get into Greek mythology. I did read Song of Achilles, and it definitely gave memoir, even though I love the characters. And the writing was really good. The plot just wasn't for me. The memoir style writing wasn't for me. But gosh, that ending was good. Anyway, I'm hoping to dive deeper into mythology. I'm hoping to really enjoy and appreciate mythology more than I currently do, but I just don't care for it that deeply. I don't. But I do love magical, fantastical worlds, and mythology is pretty much that. Testing out some more mythological retellings. Going into the blind as well. Book 19 on this book buying spree. Whew. I'm getting tired. This last book is actually a comic book. This is Lore of Olympus. A lot of people love this book. I read it in like an hour, less than an hour, one night. I got from Barnes & Noble. I liked it, but I wish there was more reading in it, I guess. I wish it was more of like a 2-hour read than a 1-hour read. I feel like I just devoured it and I just wanted more. So I think I'm gonna check this out later. I hope book 2 is better than book 1. I wanted more plot escalation, and I feel like I didn't get more plot escalation, but we shall see. It was interesting. For my first comic book ever, it was interesting. Has high potential. Not sure exactly where it's gonna go though. Okay, now these next books are from book boxes. The Darkening by Sunya Mara. I'm excited for this one. It's on my fall TBR. It is a fantasy romance. It is a fierce revolutionary, a desperate prince. Together they will face the storm or be swept away. I'm here for it. It's supposed to be wildly enchanting, as every other fantasy romance is. This was one of my, I believe, Fairy Loot books. Yep, this is indeed Fairy Loot. It is beautiful. It has sprayed edges, as well as this new minimalistic hardcover gold foiling. Typically, a Fairy Loot does a character on the covers, but lately I've seen their covers have become more minimalistic and sophisticated, which I really like. The characters on the covers are cool and all, but it definitely screams YA, which I'm not mad about because their box is literally a YA subscription box. I really just need to shell out to get the adult Fairy Loot box, but I didn't like any of the adult Fairy Loot books until they came out with Babel. So that's my only regret. I was not able to get the adult Fairy Loot exclusive Babel book, and yeah, that is one of the reasons I would want to get the adult membership, but It's too late now. I might still get it and see what else comes out, but nothing that they've come out with so far has impressed me, so mixed feelings. The Darkening though. Excited for this. It's gonna be on my fall TBR, so we'll get into it later. It also has really nice sprayed edges. I love how Fairy Loot's been doing this 2 different types of end page art on the book. It just gives so much more oomph to the reading experience. By the way, I adore her author photo. Like, it just gives so much oomph to the book. It goes with the vibes and everything. Like it. Thoughtfully thought of. Next, The Drowned Wolves. This is an Illumicrate book, I believe. Yep, this is Illumicrate. It is gorgeous. It's by Emily Lloyd Jones, and Oceans Will Rise, A Kingdom Will Fall. I believe this is also a fantasy romance, most likely a side piece fantasy romance. But here is our intricately decadent cover, as well as book art. It also has sprayed edges. This book is also on my fall TBR, so I'm excited for it. I have high expectations for all of my Fairy Loot fall books because fantasy, fall, it just goes together. It's just like peanut butter and jelly. It's like peaches and cream. It's like strawberry shortcake. It works. Next, I actually already read this one. Violet Made of Thorns. I gave it 4 stars. It was okay. It's very YA, but it's like different YA. It's like sarcastic, practical. It's supposed to be a fantasy romance. I did not care for the romance. It felt very unintriguing. The chemistry just didn't grip me. I wasn't here for it, honestly. It's a darkly enchanting fantasy debut about a morally gray witch, a cursed prince, and a prophecy that will ignite their fate's twisted destinies. Perfect for the fans of Crow Prince and Serpent and Dove. I haven't read Serpent and Dove yet. It's also my TBR for this month, but I see the Crow Prince reference. I just don't feel like the fantasy romance played out as decadently as the Crow Prince. Like, this is very watered down if you were to compare it, in my opinion. I still liked this book. It's beautiful. It has this ombre thing going on. It's one of my first exclusive books that has a ribbon, which was very appreciative in the reading experience. And it's gorgeous. Like, character art is decadent, and it has this full artistry on the hardback. It's very nice. This was a debut novel, so I only expected to get better from here, and it was good. It's still 4 stars, but it doesn't have anything outstanding for me to like talk about. Violet is a prophet and a liar, influencing the royal court with her cleverly phrased and not always true divinations. Honesty is for suckers, and the oh so not charming Prince Cyrus, who plans to strip Violet of her official role once he's crowned at the end of the summer, unless Violet does something about it. But when the king asks her to falsely prophesy Cyrus's love story for upcoming ball, Violet awakens a dreaded curse, one that will either end in damnation or a salvation for the kingdom, all depending on the prince's choice of future bride. And next, but most certainly not least, for my book boxes, this is my Illumicrate Babel book, and it is gorgeously decadent. It came in a slipcase. It has a matte black background and the Babel tower in a glossy font, and it's beautiful. It has like very dark academia end pages, and this is a dark academia book. It's perfect for fall. I'm currently reading this as we speak. Today I started reading it. I'm already on chapter 2. I love it. It is digitally sprayed edges. It's just beautiful. I'm happy I got it. I'm this close to running out and buying it at Barnes & Noble so I can physically annotate that copy, because the writing, chef's kiss. I love this writing. I really am sad this is my first time trying R.F. Kuang's writing because it is very much so decadent. Already from chapter 1, I was enthralled by just the writing, the perspective, the delivery. Very nice so far. Only on chapter 2. I really hope they throw in some fantasy romance, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But so far, I'm surprisingly satisfied. Like, I just didn't expect what I got, and what I got was good. So, Babel, book 24. And last but certainly not least, my special edition of Shatter Me came in. I'm in love. So y'all know how I hate those eye covers. Well, no longer shall I be plagued by those eye covers. Look at these covers. I love them. Decadent. These are the Fairy Loot special editions of Shatter Me, and they are Chef's Kiss. The sprayed edges, gorgeous. So we have Shatter Me, Unravel Me, and Ignite Me. When the other 3 books come out from Olympus, I will be getting them. But wow, Juliet. Of course we had to have him. Adam Warner himself. I could never take this man too seriously. I cannot. I love these special editions. They are signed. They're beautiful. The sprayed edges on them. I'm just in love. The reread for this book is going to be amazing. We have full artistry on the hardbacks. It is very giving like the dystopian vibe of their world. And it's nice. This is what the front of it looks like. It's just the eye on the, it's a reverse dust jacket, so it's just the eye on the other side, which I don't really care for, so I'm never gonna use again. But if you haven't read the Shatter Me series, read it. The first book, honestly, is a 4 stars. The second and third book is where it pops off. The rest of the trilogy, the rest of the saga, or whatever it's called, just read it for the fantasy romance moments. I loved it. I think my favorite cover is the Juliet cover. It's so pretty. This is truly what I imagine Juliet to look like, except for the cheekbones. I imagine her cheekbones to be a bit more higher than this, and like a little bit like with the structure of the face, but overall, this is what I think Juliet looks like, so I give hats off to the artist that did this. It's blue, it's beautiful, it's totally the color of Juliet's eyes, and I'm just happy. I'm happy I have an exclusive edition of one of my favorite books. I feel like of all the exclusive editions I bought from Fairy Loot and Olympus, this was the only one that I really enjoyed and was happy about. Like Diviners is not giving what it's supposed to give, Song of Achilles is not giving what it's supposed to give, and I literally forgot to buy the Heart of the Warrior, the sequel to Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and it's really on me. I totally forgot to just put it in my cart and check out. I remembered when they sent me the email, oh, I should buy that, and then I forgot. I never bought it. I should have just bought it when I got the email, but I didn't. And now it's sold out and it's gone forever. Sadness. And that is all the books that I bought for my birthday. Some of it was book mail, some of them was birthday gifts, some of it was just books I had to continue reading because it was part of the series I already read. Some of them were books that needed to be added to my collection because I already knew I loved them. And in total, I got 27 books. Wow. 27 books for 27 beautiful years of life. Honestly, I did not think I was gonna make it to 27. Like, my illness almost took me out, but we're here, we're thriving, and this is beautiful and amazing. Thank you guys for being able to celebrate 27 years with me. This video is coming out in like October, but some of these books took forever to come in the mail. The mail was like literal snail mail, and some of the boxes came utterly destroyed with some books missing. I'm literally missing 4 books from this haul because they got destroyed on the way here. So yeah, I'm still happy though. 27 books for 27 years of life. Even with books getting destroyed, I still was able to hit my 27 book goal. Do I plan on slowing down on the book sprees? Yes, I do. I feel like we need to hit the brakes on this. But I am so happy I finally have books within my possession that I can just read at leisure. The library games are not for me. I am so sick and tired of them, and I'm very happy I don't have to play them as much as I used to. Literally a blessing. But yeah, I'm super excited for these books. I plan on reading all of them. Some of these I've already have read. I think I've read already half of these books. I've already read 10 of these books, and 1 is currently in progress. So out a haul of 27 books, to have 10 of them already read, that's pretty good. 11 is currently in progress, and I definitely see myself killing another 5 of these books next month, so I love that. Buy books you're gonna read the books you have, and don't feel bad if you have to go on some sprees because your library plays too many games with you. Cherish them, especially in the winter months. Once it starts snowing, I am not driving. I am not driving in the snow, so I'm happy I have these. Anyway guys, this book haul was a long Going through 27 books is exhausting. I am so happy I have them. Remember, I'm here every Friday. Be sure to subscribe, and to another year. Cheers, y'all. Happy reading.